The pain of rejection goes very deep, and no one has escaped that pain. I don't care how great your life has been. Maybe you had great parents, great friends, but rejection comes because it's a real weapon of our adversary, the enemy. He wants to tear you down. If you're first listening to this is part 2, and you might want to just switch over to the first talk on the pain of rejection, and this is going to be 3 parts. So I'm going to continue talking about what happens to us when we're rejected, moving towards coming out of that, because there is a way to rise up above what has happened to you. And some have been through terrible rejection. We've heard some of the worst horror stories of how people have been so put down. Angry parents, angry teachers, malicious friends, neighbors, peers. It comes from everywhere. Eventually we turn on ourselves. Shame takes over. Have you ever heard the word shame? It's a kind of a false guilt. It paints a picture of you in your own heart, which says, I'm defective, I'm bad. And rejection just keeps pushing at you till shame takes over. And then what do? It's hard, very hard. And social anxiety comes in all different forms. You can pretend everything's okay, but people ask you, how you doing? Fine. But deep down inside, there's not joy in living. And many people who have been rejected try to push away shame, which has got to be one of the worst emotions to feel. It so sabotages who you are, cripples you. And when you begin to think that you just aren't good enough, aren't acceptable, aren't wanted, well, you begin to hide. You begin to pacify yourself in some kind of way. Lose yourself in something else that won't reject you. And many people turn to things. Binge watching TV is common. Staying home, isolated. Playing video game after video game. And there's nothing wrong with video games, but what it becomes is a place where we just hang out. Because being around people hurts too much. And we just shut the door, close the world out, and try to push down the pain. Because it's a horrible place to be, and we don't want to be there, but we're stuck. We feel we're stuck, but you're not. I've had 25 years experience watching people get unstuck. And even if your rejection seems minor, it holds you back in some way. It changes you. Your personality has changed. Shyness has become who you are. An introvert. Well, I'm just introverted. I don't share. I'm not comfortable. But all of that is just a cover-up. I'm introverted, but I'm a healed introvert. So I enjoy being with people. I love to be with them. I love to be with you because I know you are important. You have a story to tell that I want to hear. If you have a chance, make some comments. Tell me a bit. It will affect how I make and create these little sessions. But apart from the way that we hide, push us away, don't be public, don't share, hide in the background. We're protecting ourselves, obviously. We don't want to be hurt again. We don't want to experience one more rejection. It's just too painful. There's a reason why rejection hurts so much. And that's because human beings were created with 5 basic needs. Every one of us, every single person has been created with needs. It's okay to be needy because that is the way God made us. It pushes us to Him who is there in every way that we need it when people let us down. But one of the basic needs that we have, and there's 5 of them, is to be welcomed. Who doesn't want to be welcomed? You show up in a room, walk to a table where people are at, and they're welcoming to you. They're not pushing you away. Come and sit down. Here, we'll make room for you. We have a deep need for that. The other one we have is a deep need to be accepted. That means who we are, our offering, what we might bring to the table. It's accepted. It's a good thing. It's seen as a good thing. We all have a need to be accepted. The other thing is we need to be validated, and that's when the need we have for people to say to us, you know, you're a good person. We need you because what you have is wonderful. And even just your presence, because so many cultures, ethnic, especially my background being German, it's not so much who you are, but what you do that makes you valuable. But validated means just sit by us. We just want to have coffee. We just want to visit. We just want to be with you. Validates who we are. We have a need for that. The other thing we have a need for is unconditional love. And that is a gift to us which says, you know, even if you goof up, that doesn't mean it's that we're pushing you, we're going to push you away, or we don't want you. Everybody has failures, everybody has weaknesses. And unconditional love says, well, we're all that way. And we have to adjust, put up with, abide in, be patient with other people's weaknesses because they're worth loving just because of who they are, what they bring to us. And so we look for everyone to see what is the good there. What's the diamond in them that is special, beautiful, and we love that, and we accentuate that. And the last human need that we have is to worship something outside of ourself. Because we were created with a deep hole in us for something higher than us. We will always feel, sometimes more than others, that we're just not enough, that whatever's out there is so big that we really can't navigate through life all by ourselves, and we need something bigger. And lots of people turn to all sorts of things. But we have a need to worship something outside of ourselves. That's a deep, deep heart need that we have. And you eventually begin to worship things outside of yourself. And it could be money and power and acclaim, all kinds of things. One of the things that we explain to people, and I explain to you here, is that no matter what rejection has come to you, no matter how belittled and pushed down, no matter what problems you've gotten into yourself or addictions, who you are, deep down inside the very core of who you are, has not changed. You are still there. Wonderfully so. Hidden by all kinds of self-protection. But who you are, the beautiful you, is still there. It's sort of like a diamond. If you look at the diamond, the characteristics of a diamond, that's who you are. It really can't be marred. You may think you'll never recover. There's no hope that you have been etched. You've been marred. But like a diamond, you can't scratch it. You can't change it. The other thing is that a diamond is always valuable. It always belongs to someone. And that's still the truth for you. You still belong to someone. It may not be clear who that is or what that is. I'm here to tell you that it's people, of course. We want to belong to people. I wanted my wife to marry me. I didn't know if anyone would. I didn't feel too acceptable. But she saw beauty in me and wanted to be with me. I had lots of things that weren't right about me, but she saw my inner core, my beauty. And you're like that. There's a core within you that will always be important to someone. And in particular, and why that's the case is because, excuse me, when you were created by God. And in the next session, we're going to bring you to the place where you can be healed. Because all of the things that have happened to you, God never wanted to happen to you. And He gave you to your parents. But He just loaned them to them. They're not your parents. God's your Father. He created you. When He created you, He said, there's no one like you. And only you can do what you were meant to do. You're irreplaceable. And it doesn't matter how old you are or where you are at in life. It's not too late to recover what has been lost. To get back the real you. Because you know what? The world needs the real you. If I were to meet you in person, I would need you, not a pretend you. I want you. I want you. And that's what God is saying to you. I still see you, and I want you. You don't have to be what everybody else wants. And then the next session, we're gonna bring our past, our hurt, our pain to God, because God says, I can heal it. I can restore you. We can make this diamond that's hidden away shine again, sparkle. And you'll be the sparkle in people's eyes because you're going to be who you are. And they need you. So be sure not to miss the next session. Excuse me, I encourage you to just hit the subscribe button. And you'll be notified when the next session happens. And take the time, because it will be a real life-changing moment. This is not pretend. I've watched people change, be healed, come up higher. The veil comes off their eyes. The scales come off, they see. It's beautiful. And that's for you. So don't give up. Tune in at the next session, subscribe, and be ready. Because God cares about you and is not given up on you. That God loves you.